YouTube, this is the guy 4 with a deck profile from my friend Dan. It's on his Malefic. I put the deck together because he had one before. I believe this is going to help him top on our regionals coming up this next weekend.
Maybe.
I said I think it will. It's a good deck.
It is good. I like it.
So here we go. Here's Dan with his deck profile.
Well, of course, it's a Malefic Skill Drain Macro Defissure.
But it's Malefic mainly.
Well, not really. But basically,
continue.
The main staple monsters in the deck are obviously the Malefic monsters, which are 3 Cyber and Dragons, along with 2 Malefic Stardust Dragons. Oh, I just noticed this now. One's not the other. Oh, whatever. Alright, that aside. You gotta remember that with a macro deck, or even a Deity Fissures, DD Survivors, because they are awesome, and the fact that 1800 attack that comes back every time it's pretty much removed from the field face up.
Banished. It doesn't even have to be face up.
No, it has to be removed from the field though.
No. Oh, it has to be face up. Wow.
Yeah, it's still, you can tribute it.
Yeah.
It still comes back.
But it has to be banished. And
then you got King Barbaros, which is actually one of the staples for a actual Malefic deck that runs Gear Towns and stuff like that.
Skill Drain.
Oh yeah, Skill Drain Malefic. But because it runs well in this one with Skill Drain again, it's fine. Shove that aside. Alright, now you got 2 Yadoses because of everything being banished and the low monster count. Easy play, especially for a first hand. Or even a last hand, it doesn't matter because you get 25 beater on the field. Alright, ooh, crinkling that. Okay, excuse me for having one of them proxied. I don't give a shit. But I have this one coming to mail. It's Solemn Judgment. The other one's Warning, obviously.
Obviously.
Deck Devastation Virus.
Okay, first of all, put it in the middle of the mat.
Oh, right here?
And you didn't even describe why you need deck dev.
You don't need to.
What? Okay, this is your deck profile. Continue.
I believe this card would be any explanation needed for this card. It doesn't.
Okay,
really
I'll
matter.
explain it for him. For all those watching, deck dev is going to hit Inzectors, which I've actually seen topping lately. My friend Andy was just looking up. Inzectors are topping, so it'll hit Inzectors. It'll hit Windups, who are also topping. Continue.
And back to me. You got 2 Mirror Forces, 2 Bottomlesses, the staple of the deck, which is the heart and soul of any Malefic deck. Pretty self-explanatory. Just one.
No Skill Drain, for those of you who don't know.
Wait. Starlight Road. It's good because of any sort of like heavy storm or dark hole. Or dark heavy. It doesn't matter.
She'll describe that, but you won't. Sorry for being loud.
You guys should script that.
Then obviously the macros, because that's what another part staple of the deck, the thing that banishes every card that goes to graveyard.
Including overlay or attachments.
Dark Bribes, because you need them. Because I have to explain it.
You don't have to. It's your deck profile. It's your deck profile. Go for it.
Future Visions. I will explain this card. This. Because these things are amazing. These, basically any monster that would be normal summoned get removed from play instantly. Meaning they screw over Rabbit for 1 turn. They screw over Tour Guide. Literally just completely do whatever. But what's interesting is, let me try to find
One
it.
thing to note on them is that their effects do take.
With Tour Guide, you'll get the special summon.
And same thing with Rabbit. Well, not Rabbit.
Well, you can't know Rabbit.
They will get their effects first before they're banished.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so you'll have a useless Tour Guide on the field.
Yeah.
Oh,
Whatever Tour Guide searches, it'll just be special summon on the field, and it'll be useless.
well, Beast King Barbaros, if you would so happen to tribute for him, he gains the effect anyways.
But with Skill Drain on the field, which you want to have, it won't. But if you don't have Skill, I'm going to show you something. If you don't have skill drain on the field, but you do have this, and you summon a Barbaros, you normal summon it with 19. It's banished because of this. Next turn, it'll come back with its original 3,000 attack.
Interesting. Alright, the next field card would have to be Malefic World. I kept running like Citadels, so it couldn't be destroyed. I kept running, what was the other? Necro Valley, because that was the other field card that was kind of primary for the Malefic. Yeah, it can't be banished. Nothing affects Graveyard. But because this deck doesn't have much of a searcher for your big hitter or your field protector, it really gets these out on the field pretty quick, especially when you're kind of before just waiting for them to come out.
For those who don't know what Malefic World does, during your draw phase, you can search 3 Malefic cards from your deck, set them aside, your opponent picks one randomly, and then you can special summon it.
No, you get to add it to your
hand. You
hand.
get to add it to your hand, sorry. So it's like a draw, but it gets consistency for adding monsters to your hand, since this is a low monster count.
Now you got to do terraformings. It's just a field searcher.
Because you need field cards to have your Malefics on the field.
Monster Reborn, because you never know when you will need that. Heavy, destroy all your back row, and theirs. Destroy all your monsters, and theirs. The lesser version of Macro, which just does all monsters that go to grave. In the last card, Miss, because they are quick.
Obviously, those of you at home know that it's an MST. He calls it Mist.
Don't care. Destroy one spell or trap. That's awesome. Alright, time for the sexy lady of the deck. You got... I do have the original, an actual version of Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon coming in, which I just prefer this one anyways, because I am a pervert. Oh, and if you don't know...
He's a pervert.
Believe the preferred. Always the preferred.
Continue. That's a cyber... What is it? A cyber Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon.
Yep, just said that. Basically, you can contribute any monster on your side of the field or their side of the field. That is a machine.
Was
getting that with Cyber Dragon. And...
Gets 1,000 attack for each.
Yes.
Continue.
You got the 3 Stardust because you run Starlight Road, and obviously you run a Malefic Stardust.
Plus the Starlight, yeah.
But an interesting thing is he does not pull off his effect coming back if you use Starlight Road.
Alright, yeah. I already knew that.
Well, I'm not telling you, I'm telling them if I have to exploit cards. So you're just a Cyber
the point
End
is
Dragon.
You explain certain things, but not everything.
Cyber End Dragon, this guy basically gets him out on the field, which I like. Yeah, he's pretty much useless other than for that. And then the only XYZs, because they're only fillers, except for him. They don't matter. This guy, level 8, 3,000 attack, that's all.
They don't matter. And that is Dan's deck profile of his Malefics.
Summon Skull.
This is the guy signing out.